Every choice a player makes is mapped to a specific outcome. These pathways represent the possible lives and deaths contained within the software. While a player sees a story, the computer sees a system of rules. Even a simple text adventure relies on a logical framework to track what a user types and decide what happens next. We are going to build a branching storyline from scratch, using the core logic that powers decision-based games. To follow along, you only need a standard installation of Python and a basic code editor to write your instructions. By writing the logic that handles player choices, you move from just playing the game to defining the rules of the world. We start with a blank file. Before the game can react to a player, it needs a way to listen to them. We use the Python input function to do this. It waits for the user to type something, storing that text inside a variable container. We place our question, "Do you want to play?" inside the function, letting the player know the game is ready. When the player types their answer and hits enter, that specific word is saved in our variable. This allows the program to reference that exact response later in the script. Storing this data is the first essential step. Without a saved variable, the program has no information to check, and the game cannot progress. Now we create the first fork in the road. We ask the player to choose between two locations, a jungle or a cave. We evaluate this choice using an if statement. This command checks if the player's response matches the word jungle. If it does, the program enters that specific path. For the second option, we use an elif statement, short for else if. This creates a separate route that opens if the player typed cave. To make these checks, we use a double equal sign, comparing the user's input to predefined strings. Warning tone: it has to be exact. Python is case-sensitive, so a lowercase jungle in your code will not match a capitalized jungle typed by the player. If they don't match, the path won't open. This rigid matching is the mechanism that ensures the player stays within the boundaries of the story you've written. If the player enters the jungle, the story reaches an immediate threat. In this branch, there are no more choices to make. The player encounters a tiger, and the story ends. We use a print command to display the outcome. The hungry tiger will eat you. You lost the game. Because this is the last line of code in this specific block, the program simply finishes its tasks and stops. These terminating branches are useful for defining the physical limits of your game. They provide a clear game over by ending the logic path where the story stops. If the player chooses the cave instead, we can offer them a second level of interaction using a bear encounter. To do this, we use nested conditions. This is where we place a new if-else structure entirely inside the existing cave branch. We call a new input function, asking the player if they want to fight the bear or run away. We then store that second answer in a new variable. This requires a specific layout. In Python, you must indent this new code block by exactly 4 spaces. This tells the computer that these choices only exist if the player is already inside the cave. Inside this indented section, we add our logic. If the user types fight, the program prints a message explaining that the bear was too strong and the player lost. We use an else statement to handle any other response, such as run. In this case, the program prints a message confirming the player survived. If your indents are misaligned by even 1 space, the program won't know which choice belongs to which room, and the script will fail to run. These nested blocks are the structural tools that allow you to turn a single choice into a multi-layered narrative. Now that the logic is in place, you can run the script from the beginning to test the entire flow. You start the game, enter the cave, and choose to run. The program navigates the nested blocks, displays the survival message, and you escape. This same structure of checking inputs and branching paths is the foundation for much larger projects, from visual novels to complex RPGs. To practice, try adding 3 new locations to your script, like a river or a mountain, each with its own nested choices. By mastering these basic conditional paths, you have the tools to build and expand your own interactive stories. Let's start